¿Qué pasó, mi gente? Es MarkTech25 otra vez. Man, this NBA playoffs has been crazy, man. Freaking Nets beating the Sixers in game one. Freaking Orlando beating the Raptors. The Clippers getting one on the Warriors. It's been ridiculous. I mean, it's been no surprise that the Celtics are beating the Pacers. Well, I say that, but then in my previous video, I said that they have the most potential of creating an upset. But I think the Celtics have finally got it together. Um, the Nuggets, yeah, the Spurs also had one on the Nuggets, but everyone has been kind of saying that the Nuggets are probably going to get upset by the Spurs. I don't believe so. I have my reasons why. I mean, once Jokic is on, he's a pretty good player. The one thing that's been a problem is Barton, though. He needs to step it up, man. He can't be shooting the shots he's been doing. But the craziest thing to me right now, well, there's two things. I'm going to mention the first thing. The Thunder are really struggling. I thought they were going to give more of a game than they've been giving, but man, like Russell Westbrook has been struggling. I mean, you all can say, well, yeah, so is Paul George. I mean, but Paul George is kind of trying to play through injury. Not that that helps any, but Russell Westbrook, man, he's just been off. And at this point, it's starting some conversation about whether people should consider Russell Westbrook a top 10 player at all, given the fact that he's been consistently screwing up in the playoffs. My opinion is he should still at least be respected as a good player. Top 10, I don't know, until he makes strides forward. Like if he manages to help the Thunder come back in these next two games, then you should at least give him a little bit more respect. I mean, I wasn't expecting the Thunder to beat the Blazers in the playoffs. I wasn't expecting them to beat them. So I don't know. I felt that they were struggling after Paul George got, injured a bit. But overall, I'm not going to put this solely on Westbrook. I mean, it's a good chunk of it is on Westbrook, but not solely on him. He's still an amazing player, though. I just hope that he can figure out what he's doing. It seemed like he was for a bit, but now he's back to his old ways of chucking up shots and all that. But, yeah, there's that. And then the other biggest thing that occurred was that Boogie Cousins got injured with a torn quad. That's pretty bad. Like, that's season-ending. He's not going to be in for the rest of the playoffs. And, Dom2K has already kind of touched on this situation. But overall, like, it is going to be interesting. What is Boogie going to do after this season? Will he decide to stay and, finish some unfinished business? Or is he going to go elsewhere? But by that logic, who's going to give him the bag, man? Who's going to give him that money? Considering that he's come off an Achilles injury and now the quad injury on the same leg. That shit's hard to come back from, and he's probably not going to be the same player he once was. It's really saddening to see. I mean, I know people are, licking their chops about, oh, well, now the Warriors are weaker again. I mean, like they were ever weak before, but even then, it's like, that's kind of not cool, guys. I mean, yeah, Boogie Cousins made a decision that wasn't, in our minds, very, like a good decision, a very honorable decision, however you want to phrase that. But overall, I think, Boogie Cousins has been making some pretty good strides. He's been playing well. But then, yeah, this injury yesterday, it's sad to see because he, was doing well. He came back at his first, attempt at the playoffs and he gets injured. So that's a sad situation. If it was any other player, I mean, I'd feel bad for them too. I mean, an injury sucks. And it's going to suck even worse for him now because, again, who is going to really pay him the big money after coming off of a quad injury? Should he take his chance and stay with Golden State and people be like, oh, well, he's a wimp, he ain't nothing, he's a snake like KD. Okay, but what if KD leaves and DeMarcus stays? I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a weaker team considering KD provides a little bit more overall than DeMarcus Cousins would currently. So I don't know. I don't think it's entirely a weak move to stay. I mean, if he has unfinished business, he has unfinished business. But what if he wants to go somewhere else? I mean, another contender. Again, it all goes back. Is that contender willing to pay him? Like you got, the Lakers are not contenders this year. Obviously, they're not in the playoffs. But could DeMarcus Cousins, if he comes back and makes a decent recovery, put him at that point? Or would none of that occur? Would he go to another team like possibly the Raptors, possibly the Clippers, like still in LA? I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting offseason for him, to say the least. But overall, man, it's been topsy-turvy in the playoffs, man. Ooh. Loco, man. It's crazy. What else? Other things that have just been occurring throughout. I mean, in other sports, I'm also just going to mention a few other sports besides the NBA. I mean, because I'm everything Dallas, right? My Rangers have been starting to do well. I mean, they've been on a pretty decent run. And then the Dallas Stars just freaking beat the crap out of the Nashville Predators yesterday, man. That's crazy. I hope to God that the Stars can move forward in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, it's been a heck of a season for at least, baseball and hockey. But for basketball, yeah, I mean, the Mavericks have a lot to do. But okay, I digress. Yeah. So at this point, from what we can tell, it seems that Boston is either going to sweep or just, lose one game out of the 4. And then Toronto is pretty much going to sweep the rest of the games from the Magic. Milwaukee is definitely sweeping Detroit. And it's looking like the Jazz have no answer for Harden and the Rockets, so they're going to get swept. But man, the Nets and the Sixers, this is going to be an interesting series because it almost seems like nobody has a clear edge. I mean, because if D'Angelo Russell performs the way he's been performing, he's probably going to get a couple more games in. It's been a ridiculous postseason. As far as the Clippers go, they came back from a huge deficit. That's ridiculous. However, I don't think this is going to derail them. It's just one game. I mean, you can never count out the Warriors. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? What if the Clippers make this an interesting series? And like as Dom2K said in his video, I mean, that's if the Warriors don't finish the rest of this out, like they don't just sweep the rest of these games, it's going to be tough when they face the Rockets in the next round. And I don't think they're going to be, rested enough to face them. But who knows? I mean, stranger things have happened in the league. But anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments. Suscríbale a mi canal y hasta la próxima, mi gente. Adiós.